Welcome to the Kansas City Clay Guild. My name is Leroy Grubbs, and I'm throwing 10 pounds of clay. It'll be a large vase. You can see me beginning to center it and work on it. You saw it on the scale a moment ago. So I'm just working on it. Finally got it somewhat round and put a little water on it and smoothing it out and coning it up. And people are around me asking me what I'm going to do and if the computer's really on. And so I've centered it. I'm opening it up now and getting the form and beginning the pulls up the side, and I call them cheater pulls because I use the base of my hand to do the lift. That was just a regular pull, a couple of fingertips on the inside and outside. Doing a pull is really a two-part deal from the inside and outside. On this piece I was really focused on making sure I opened up the middle to the size that I wanted to have it and work the pot from the inside as well as the outside. So you can see the pulls here, but I didn't really ever take a shot down the middle of the pot to show you the square inside piece, the inside base. I tend to come up with a lot of clay in the body of it that I trim out later. But that clay on the body, in the bottom half of it, has to be there for structural support of the piece with the weight of the clay that's involved. I'm continuing to pull, and I use just what I consider to be a small amount of water, but what's really more important for me is a consistent water across the entire surface of the piece as I'm throwing it. Not a lot of water because it just becomes muddy. The clay becomes muddy and slumps back down on itself. So I use just enough water over the surface to make the surface consistent. Now that upper pull that I did, and then subsequently the lower pull, was to try to pull some more weight out of the base of it. And I pretty much got the form I wanted, but then I go too far with it and end up with almost a near disaster here. I should have stopped right there, practically somewhere right in here, but I went up there and I put too much pressure on it and caused it to torque. And now the whole form is going and the piece is turning too fast, and it became a real mess. So I had to go find a metal rib to clean up this. But with that ripple that I put into it, I put a fold into the clay itself, and that fold created an unevenness in the neck that you'll see me try to get around, and you can see the top of the piece now is just way out of line. And I'm trying to work on that consistency of the clay thickness through the neck right there. But the top of the piece, because of the folds that got into it, the bumps and ripples, I actually had to cut off. So now I'm just creating a neck from what was the lower part of the neck earlier. And trying to just use fingertips and form it, and you can see my hands are braced together, and I need a longer tool now. I want to go back down into it, but I don't want to open up the neck again with my hands, so I'm going to go get a long spoon and use it to help with just the uniformity of shape across the entire form. And I like just a constant curved side to the form itself. So as the tool, this big spoon that I have, is run up and down the inside of it, you can see the shape change. I think if I was really good, I wouldn't have to use a spoon. I would have already had it shaped to that degree. But making the rim better. A little more shaping on this body. A little more shaping on the neck. Just fingertips there. Clean up the bottom. Rim's nice and straight. Another potter sitting over there critiquing my form and making suggestions to things that could be done, and of course I appreciate that. Insight from a distance, from a different perspective. So